time for Salatul Jumu'ah. In fact, it is preferred to arrive early. If he is late for Salah but catches the Imam when he is in the bowing position in the second rak'ah, he then completes it as Jumu'ah. However, if he does not catch the second rak'ah, then he has to offer it as only Dhuhr. This is also applicable to someone who misses Jumu'ah completely due to oversleeping or other reasons. He is to observe it as Dhuhr prayer, that is, he observes 4 rak'at. It is recommendable for a Muslim to read Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jumu'ah. This is due to the statement of the Prophet, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jumu'ah will be brightened with light between the 2 Jumu'ahs. And it is also recommended to send many blessings on the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, as he said, send several blessings on me on the day of Jumu'ah, because anyone who seeks blessings on me on the day of Jumu'ah will have his blessings presented to me. Furthermore, it is recommended on this blessed day to take a ritual bath and to use perfume. This is due to the Prophet's statement, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. A man who performs the spiritual bath on the day of Jumu'ah, cleanses himself as best as he can, rubs oil on himself or perfumes his body, then goes out, meaning to the mosque, and does not separate 2 men sitting together in the mosque, then he observes whatever is written for him, meaning from the voluntary prayer, and keeps mute or silent while the Imam speaks or preaches, will have his sins between that Jumu'ah and the next forgiven. It is sunnah for the pulpit to have 3 steps, in semblance with the pulpit of the Messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. But it is not a sunnah for the people to sit before Jumu'ah to listen to someone reciting some verses of the Quran for them until the adhan that is said for the Jumu'ah is called. Also, reading rhymes and supplications in groups and through loudspeakers is not a sunnah either. When a person comes to the mosque and the Imam is already delivering the sermon, he should observe 2 short raka'at before sitting down. This is due to the saying by the Prophet, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, when any of you comes to the mosque on the day of Jumu'ah and the Imam is preaching, he should observe 2 raka'at and must not be long in them. The Imam supplicates pointing with his index finger and does not raise his hands when supplicating, except when seeking rain or asking for it to stop raining. It was reported on the authority of Hussein ibn Abdul Rahman, may Allah be pleased with him, who said, I saw the Messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, giving a sermon on the mimbar and supplicating like this, and he pointed with his index finger. There is no special voluntary salah before Jumu'ah, but it is recommended to observe general voluntary salah before the adhan. The Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, whoever performs the spiritual bath, cleanses himself as much as he can, rubs oil on himself or uses perfume, and then goes out to observe the Jumu'ah prayer and does not separate 2 men sitting together in the mosque, then prays what has been written for him of the voluntary salah, and afterwards keeps quiet when the Imam comes to deliver the sermon, he will have his sins forgiven between that Jumu'ah and the next. After Salatul Jumu'ah, he should observe 2 voluntary raka'at, as has been recorded from Ibn Umar, who said, the Messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, used to observe 2 raka'at in his house after Jumu'ah, or 4 raka'at. As the Prophet, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, anyone among you who wants to observe, meaning the voluntary salah, after Jumu'ah should observe 4 raka'at, and it is better to observe it at home. When the Eid and Jumu'ah fall on the same day, it is better for one to observe both salahs. However, if he prays only the Eid prayer, he would definitely be required to at least observe Dhuhr. Thus, it is permissible for people residing in towns which are very far away from the central mosque not to return for Salatul Jumu'ah on that day. It has been reported on the authority of Iyas ibn Abi Ramlah al-Shami, who said, I heard Muawiyah ask Zayd ibn Arqam, have you witnessed the meeting of two Eids, meaning Jumu'ah and Eid, on the same day during the time of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him? Zayd replied, yes. The Prophet observed Eid in the early hours of the day and thereafter permitted people not to attend Jumu'ah. And he, peace and blessings be upon him, said,